Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, in this episode, I'd like to go over a topic or go over something that many individuals are unaware of, especially as we get older in life. And that is the various ways in which loss of hearing can affect your overall health. Now, many of you, I take it, let's say in your 20s, 30s, 40s, may be looking at this topic as, just one abrupt Tuesday. Oh, boom, hearing is gone. No, this is a gradual process. And you can begin losing your hearing as early as 16 years of age, depending on your lifestyle. And you may not notice it, because it's just that minuscule, it's just that minor, that it's nothing big. But now you'll start to get in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and noticing that you're turning the television up louder, you're choosing quieter restaurants to eat in, you're asking individuals to repeat themselves when they're speaking to you. And all of this is an inconvenience, of course. It's annoying. But guess what else? It can lead to some serious health problems. And many individuals are unaware of that. They just look at it as if, I'm losing my hearing, I'll just go get hearing aids, and that's it. Or I'm losing my hearing, I'll adjust. That's not the case. Losing your hearing has very deep cognitive as well as physical health implications. And no one is discussing this. I mean, I discuss this with my patients that come into the Acupuncture's My Life clinic here in New York City. Many of my global colleagues discuss this. And we're all on the same page and noticing the amazement from our patients when this is discussed with them. What are some of the things that hearing loss, or what are some of the ways in which a person can suffer, mentally as well as physically? One is social isolation, depression, loneliness. And finding yourself gravitating away from certain life experiences in which you no longer enjoy, like attending parties and restaurants. You're going to less and less social activities. You're finding yourself wanting to go places that place less demand on your hearing, because you're getting tired of asking individuals to repeat themselves or attending certain noisy or loud restaurants. And you see, as a result, becoming more and more isolated, this tends to lead to depression and stress. And there you go. That vicious downward spiral where you're becoming more and more depressed and stressed out because of your difficulties in communicating, and it's leaving you isolated. And as a result, your physical health at that point is going to begin to deteriorate. And as your physical health deteriorates, you become even more isolated. And these factors tend to build on each other. But you see, you have to understand that there's a linkage there, and you have to act on it. And this is why I say over and over, along with seeing your physician for regular annual checkups, seeing acupuncturists for regular wellness visits. This is very important. Because hearing loss would be detected. And this is why I say over and over, you take so much weight off your shoulders being proactive about your health, making acupuncture a regular part of your life. Because if you're suffering from hearing loss, your acupuncturist will pick it up. Measures would be taken to correct that, to address that. Because cognitive impairment, dementia, this is nothing to play with. Because hearing loss, when there's hearing loss, what follows is a decrease in brain function. Because this neurodegeneration, as you age, represents the cause between both hearing loss and decreased brain function. Now, when you're struggling to hear, and when I say that, I'm speaking of the television or someone talking to you or what have you, listen to the radio or podcast or whatever. Your brain is utilizing an exorbitant amount of chi to make up for the shortfall. And believe it or not, this chi can be used in other areas of the body. So it's depleting chi now. It's exacerbating an imbalance between yin and yang. And this is why it's important to see an acupuncturist. And you see, let's say when it comes to social isolation, right, as a result of hearing loss, this can also lead to decreased sensory input, which then can lead to dementia. So you really want to see an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits because you want to be able to keep yourself in a social environment that best stimulates your cognitive system. That's what you really want to do. Because long-term isolation feeds into cognitive decline. And there are so many of you out there that are unaware of that. And totally do not understand how important hearing is for your overall health. There's so much that we take for granted that when problems do occur, or shortfalls, imbalances between yin and yang, deficiencies between chi and blood, and so forth and so on, many of us don't know what to do. You want to avoid this. You want to see an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits. What are other health concerns? Falling, how you're hearing, the machinations of the structure of your ears, and balance. Because a higher degree of hearing loss puts individuals at a greater risk of falling. There's a serious connection. And you sit with an acupuncturist, and this will all be explained to you. Could there be something wrong with the kidneys or something else? I'm not going to go too deep into that. I'll let an acupuncturist do that. Another health concern, diabetes, heart disease. Why? Because diabetes can affect the flow of blood to the cochlea and lead to hearing loss. So diabetes could be the root cause of hearing loss. But guess what? If you were seeing your physician on an annual basis, making regular wellness visits with an acupuncturist, this would all be addressed. Now, hearing loss in low frequency can indicate heart disease. It can. See your family physician about that. Ask him or her. See an acupuncturist. Same thing. Ask him or her. Because as an acupuncturist, we fully understand that health is wealth. We understand that the wealth is not in an app on your phone. It's not in the bank. It's not in the safe. It's not in a cryptocurrency account. It's not in your purse. It's not in your wallet, nor is it in your pocket. The wealth isn't under your mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. Nor is it under the doghouse in the backyard. The wealth is in you. But if you feel as if you're losing your hearing, your ability to hear clearly, see an acupuncturist. It's important that you do so. Don't take this lightly. Because hearing loss can lead to a myriad of problems, both mentally, physically, and eventually spiritually. Just simply do yourself a favor and make acupuncture a part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?